Welcome to Curtis Goes Corner, coming to you from a secret underground base in occupied America. This may be a little bit late coming out, but for those of you that haven't heard it or heard about it, this is an audio that's been confirmed by Kari Lake, as well as a gentleman on the right, who is the former Republican chairman at the state level in Arizona, who has since resigned. This is some of the audio tape. Now, this is fascinating stuff. Fascinating stuff. Let's take a listen and I'll comment along the way.
Is there a number at which
I can be bought?
not be bought?
That's what it's about.
You can take a pause for a couple of years.
No.
And then go right back to what you're doing.
No. 10 million, 20 million, 30, no. A billion, no. This is not about money. This is about our country. I think it's disturbing that they would even, that anybody would think this is...
No, to be fair, even me, I'll say this. I want a fresh face right now. For the reason that I've never seen anyone, I can't think of a single person in a federal race who lost, ran in and won.
What he's saying, though, the inaudible part was that lost that came back and won. Well, that's not necessarily true. When he says federal level, I'm assuming he means president. Nobody's ever lost a presidency and come back and won. That is true. But this is a much different circumstance than historically has happened in the past. So that's what he's getting at. Now, he's acting like, I don't really maybe agree with these people from back east. We all know, she mentions D.C. a couple of times. We all know it's from the Washington area. Powerful, rich, influential people. He's making himself out to be the go-between, not necessarily going along with them, but he kind of is implying. So he's like the go-between, so don't, come after me. He has since resigned, by the way. Let's listen to some more.
Can't think of it. If you can think of it, let me know.
I am not going to let these people who hate our country tell me not to run. You should call them and tell them to get behind me. So what's going on? I'm assuming this is our friend.
This is back east. There are very powerful people who don't want to keep you out.
Oh no, they do.
But they're willing to put their money where their mouth is in a big way. So, this conversation never happened.
So this conversation never happened. Oh, okay. I'm just a middleman. Don't crucify the messenger. Yeah, okay, right.
This is crazy, though. They should want me. I'm a great candidate. People love me. These people are corrupt.
Well, maybe you're right.
They are right. They are corrupt.
Maybe. This never happened. Don't go. You never go. I'll get myself in trouble. This, if you say no, which is fine, it's your choice. Don't tell people.
They're gonna try to have me murdered.
Not either. Today's world, man. If that stuff that came out last week is right about the cartel stuff, man.
Yeah, they're going to have me killed. Well, that stuff is right about the cartel. They said the cartels are operating in all 50 states right now. That's a very unusual thing to say after someone says maybe they'll have me killed. Yeah. Who's zooming who? Who owns who? Who's paying who? This thing is getting so convoluted and so twisted. There's always been backroom deals in politics from the beginning of the country and even before the United States was even invented. So that goes without saying. But then there are levels of corruption. He mentions cartels in all 50 states after she says they're going to kill me. I believe that's not an accident. This is an intelligent man. He's the chairman of the Republican Party for the state of Arizona, so he's obviously no dummy.
They said the cartel's operating in 50 states right now, like all 50. You know? So
what's going on? Who is it? What?
Forget the who. Let me just tell you what. Let's just say there are people calling around saying, gosh, no, they can't repeat this. Never repeat this. If you say no, don't. If you say, I got offered to buy out, don't use it. Because then we lose our ability to get things done in the future.
We'll lose our ability to get things done in the future if you narc on me. As I used to say when I was a kid, if you tell on me, I'll lose my effectiveness at getting the ability to get things done in the future. Well, he has since resigned. He resigned fairly quickly, you might add. I don't know if he even issued a statement. You could try to look it up online. But this is insane. This is insane. I'm sure you could approach candidates or potential candidates and say, listen, the big shot rich people don't like you. The powerful people don't like you. They're going to support your opponent. If you're in a primary, they're going to support your opponent. They're going to do everything in their power to make sure you don't win. That's something entirely different. Basically, I was going to say a veiled threat, but not so veiled. Then on top of it, they're going to offer a job worth millions to stay out for 2 years. Bribery and threats. I don't know, folks. This is a whole new level, at least as far as I'm concerned.
Here's my problem. Rather than just say, let's work with her, she's a great candidate, because they don't own me, and it pisses me off.
Yeah, it's not about ownership.
It's about control.
I don't know it's about control. It's about being on the team, I guess.
It's not about control, it's being on the team. And the team that you're going to be on, somebody else is the coach, if you want to continue with this metaphor, and they're going to be calling the plays and calling the shots, but you're not being controlled. Yeah, okay. I mean, this guy's a weasel.
You know what I mean?
They want to be on the team.
They want you to be on their team.
But,
Just team. You know?
but if they're pushing a globalist agenda, I can't do that. So what do they want? What do they want me to do?
You want to stay out for 2 years. But I'll tell you what I can offer you.
Here it comes.
But I said you can do whatever you want. It's talking head, this and that. So the ask of me was, it's kind of funny. So the ask I got today from back east was, it has to stay between us. Is there any companies out there or something that could just put her on the payroll and give her to keep her out? And I said, well, what do you want?
You mean like Nikki Haley, who's on one, if not more, defense contractor boards? Oh, this sounds familiar, right?
Want to do like, whatever we need to do.
This is about defeating Trump. And I think that's a bad thing for our country. DeSantis is not America First. This is about the final death blow to Trump. And I don't think that's good for our country.
And you know I love Trump. I love Trump.
It's not good for our country, Jeff.
It's not. But at the same time, I'm not even sure Trump can win again.
If it's not good for your country, there's no other consideration besides enriching yourself, of course. This is, I guess I was brought up different, or I have a different conservative view, that the first requirement for running for public office, and I've held public office. I was a local city council member here in upstate New York for 8 years in the early 2000s, 2000 to 2007. As a Democrat, which I left the party a decade ago, but I was a renegade Democrat because I was very conservative, and so I was on the outs. I always looked out as what was the best for the constituents in general. That was always your first consideration, period. Anything after that is an afterthought. And constituents in this case being the entire country. He loves Trump. I love Trump, but I'm not sure if he can win again. This is the chairman of the Republican Party in Arizona who just went through an incredibly contentious and a lot of legal challenges on the elections for governor that she lost. That Miss Lake lost. It's insane. Listen to what he says after.
I don't know that you can win. I think what it really comes down to for a lot of people, it's not really about like control or agenda. It's just about the ability to raise money to win. You know, if you really want to know, all politics boils down to money. I think. Absolutely. And even on their end, like what makes them the most money.
I know all these consultants don't want They're payday to end. And I don't want to make a deal with these kind of people. This is a hill worth dying on. I'm not, if they're going to steal the election to make me and our movement go away, I'm not letting them do that. I owe it to the people of Arizona.
Or
To carry their torch and their voice.
Or you don't go away, but you pause.
You have to ask yourself, what is he getting for this? If she stays in or goes out, he's still the chairman. Or does he get a lot of backing from Republicans back east? Does he have some money for candidates that he's done this for them? What's the quid pro quo? Does he get a cushy job on some board somewhere? He's got to show up twice a month at $500,000 plus a year? And she says the battle is right now. Timing is everything in the world, especially politics.
This is the battles right now, Jeff.
And refill your coffers.
No, the battle is right now. The battle is right now, and we don't have time to pause on this battlefield.
You're not. You can't scratch their back. It's not afraid of you.
Yeah.
You don't have anything to offer them. And they're sitting around people that have stuff to offer them. You know what I mean? It's just, it's a back scratching club. That's all DC is. It's a big back scratching club. You're in no position to scratch anybody's back, and you've already made it known that if you get there, you're not going to scratch anybody's back. I don't scratch people's back. You know, I've been on the outs with a lot of people for a long time.
I don't scratch backs. What are you doing now? Oh, I'm looking out for Kari. Yeah, sure you are. Sure you are. Arizona, for those of you that don't know, Kristen Sinema, the current U.S. Senator, is running for re-election. She left the Democrat Party and became an independent. So there's an independent candidate, her, who she's an incumbent, which is very unusual, an independent that's an incumbent. The Democratic candidate, who's a progressive nutbar, of course, and Kari Lake, here, the Republican. If the governor's race was any indication, a three-way race would seal that seat to go to the Republicans. And they need the Senate and the House of Representatives. So that way, if they lose the presidency, they can just stymie whoever's there. At least they think they can. And if Joe Biden ends up being president again, or a Democrat surrogate, they'll have a free reign to do anything without being stopped. That's the win-win for them. It's insane. She has an excellent chance of winning. When I say she, I mean Kari Lake. In a three-way race with the independent as an incumbent, it's almost guaranteed, unless something drastically happens, Kari Lake will win.
Mm-hmm. You know? Where are we in 2 years if they steal the election again?
Listen to what you're saying. Why don't we do something?
That's right. Listen to what you're saying. What happens if they take the election again? I won't use the word because the algorithm will pick it up. What are we going to do if they do it again? He's admitting that he knows things that are, at minimum, chicanery. At worst, illegal, unlawful. She says, why don't we do something about it so that we, the people, can pick our, she's going to say, representatives. He says if the Democrats take it again, and you know what I mean by take, he just lays down to them. All the game. These rhinos just want to keep their position. In a weird way, they want to be in the minority. That way they don't have to do or say anything instructive.
About it. So that we, the people, can pick our...
What can we do?
I'm not...
What can we do? This is the chairman of the Republican Party for the state of Arizona. What can we do? Sometimes doing the right thing is incredibly difficult. Gross set of balls. Well, it doesn't matter because he resigned anyway. And this is not an outlier for a state party chairman for a Republican. Not by any means. Now, I live in upstate New York, nor am I implying about the state chairman here. I'm saying as a general rule, you get a lot of these guys that just love the position. I'm the chairman of the Republican Party for the state of fill in the blank. They make a pretty good salary. You get to go around telling how crappy Democrats are, but meanwhile, I'll make deals behind closed doors to keep Republican candidates off the ballot. This is insane.
Willing to accept that. And I'm going to be the biggest pain in these people's. Go back and tell them that. I'm running, and I'm going to be the biggest pain in their.
I'm willing to tell them that.
And they're going to have to kill me to stop me.
I know. Look.
I know, but now that isn't the entire audio. I guess there's like 9 minutes of it. This is about 6 minutes of it. But I think you get a general idea. You're going to get bribes, so to speak, or offerings, whatever you want to call it, or make a deal. Is it technically what he said and did illegal? Probably not. But the thing of it is, though, the part that really got me, when she says tongue in cheek, they're going to have to kill me. And his next statement is, well, unless they say in the papers it's true about the cartels, that they're in all 50 states. When he says that right after she says they're just going to have to kill me, that brought my attention to this audio automatically. Automatically. If some harm comes to some candidates, in this case, Kari Lake, President Trump, who's guarded by Secret Service, I don't think she's guarded by Secret Service, or maybe she is now as a declared U.S. Senator, maybe not the Secret Service a president or an ex-president gets. But it might be worth something, I'm sure. Plus, her own personal security can't be cheap. We all learn from history. We want someone gone, and someone's willing to pay the price. They can be gone. And I pray that doesn't happen to anybody, Democrat or Republican. Because I think that makes us into a banana republic, or worse than a banana republic. It's like they used to do in Central America and in many countries in Africa. You get a military group that's armed, that takes over the airport, the TV, and the radio stations, takes over the palace, or in our case, the White House, and we have a new government now. That's in essence. It's the American version of a coup d'etat. This is insane. Now, he's since resigned. I don't know if he made a statement, but I say good for Kari. I don't know how old this is, not very old, but she's been around the media saying that this is confirmed and the chairman has resigned. So obviously it's true. Like I said, it's almost 9 minutes. This is about 6 minutes of it, but you get the general gist of it. Folks, nobody wants everybody loves eating sausage, but nobody wants to see the sausages being made. And a lot of times, this is how they're made, and this is how things are done. We just haven't seen it so forward in our faces and so blatant. We all knew it, but knowing that and then seeing and hearing it is two different things. I wish Kari Lake all the luck in the world. God protect her. She might need it. I pray not. But these scumbags are all over. And he'll just get replaced with somebody similar to him. And Arizona is a very, very key swing state. As the governor's race showed, she lost by a hair's breadth. And the governor and all the election boards and all over in the big cities in Arizona run the elections and make the rules. We'll see if they follow them as per Arizona law. What are your thoughts on this whole thing besides disgust? Until next time, God bless, goodbye, and good luck.